right along. So welcome you to the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me, introduce you to me. You like what you see, baby, like what you see.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Kavi-R coming back with another video. Like, ain't no sneakers in this one. It's just me going over pretty much just doing not so much a response, but more so like a reaction to stuff like a big trend I've been seeing lately on YouTube, watching like the other sneaker YouTubers online talk about and it's like people talk about fakes, like fake sneakers, fake this, fake that, and then pointing out other sneaker YouTubers for either selling fakes or wearing fakes, or whatever the case may be. Like one in particular is like they were talking about Fine Line. Like one person they were talking about was Fine Line. I'm not if you watch this, you probably heard about the whole Unbreakable kick scandal. Then they talk you don't really hear too many people talking about the GOAT like that. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like people just don't really rock with the GOAT like that, or what the case may be. But for me personally, with the exception of Unbreakable kicks, I bought sneakers from the GOAT, StockX, and Fine Line. All like actually, I bought my right now one of the sneakers that the sneaker that's being the big sneaker that's getting talked up right now is the Jordan, the Gatorade 6s, which these guys right here. And this is what they talk about. They talk about I guess like the hole placement on the shoe here. And like I said, if y'all been following the channel, y'all know like I got my pair from Fine Line, and then I guess like the pair that's in question is a pair that Damn D got also from Fine Line, but you can clearly see it's two, like it was the same shoe from different same shoe, same seller. But the shoes both have different across the board. Like they both have their differences. Yeah. So my whole thing right there is like I don't understand how we are taking the word of essentially nobody's claiming to be like sneaker aficionados and saying they know they can tell a fake between a fake and a real pair. When they talk then they're like, oh no, this is a real good fake. Like I seen another video of an older one where the guy talking about like he got a fake pair of UNC ones. I can't remember that guy's name. It was just something I just scrolled. Say he got a fake pair of UNC ones from StockX. He said he couldn't tell a fake, so he had to watch videos on YouTube about which a bunch are videos which I'm sure of a bunch of self-proclaimed like sneaker aficionados just knowing exactly what the shoe should look like. Yeah, it wasn't up until recently like somebody finally said something about like the smell test for the real pair and the fake pair, and what you really smell for. Before it was like, oh, it's just a different smell. The glue is different that they use, which to me didn't make any sense. Like it was like glue's glue. Like they could find out what glue. But if I remember the guy's name, I'll put his name down in the link in the description. Because what he said made perfect sense was because like with real pairs, there you make the production run is so far in advance. So like if a shoe releases in, let's say proper example, these released I want to say 2 weeks ago, but when you check the production run was from August 2018 to November 2018. And what the guy was making, and they just came, and these sneakers just came out in February. So what the guy was saying, like when the real sneakers are being made, they have time to sit down in the factory, air out, and the glue smell dissipates a lot. He said with the fake pair, what happens is like because it's so many, they just rushing to get them out as soon as they get the sneak. The glue smell doesn't get a chance to like wear off, so you get that strong glue smell. Like when you look at how the factories are set up, like 9 out of 10 times the fake factory is like literally like it'll be right across the street or in the same area as the real factory. So it's not hard for them to get the same glue that. It's not hard for them to get the same glue that Nike's using or this company's, that company. So, but like when I forgot. Like when he made when he said the whole thing about the glue just not having a chance to sit out and air out and not and lose some of its potency, that made more sense. And with that being said, that's still just a theory based on his thought process on how things work. But to me, it also makes sense. But I wouldn't be 100% say like he's the 100% judge on fake or what defines fake, or like if you've seen if you've seen a few months ago on Full Size Run on Complex, they had fake Yeezy Buster on there. This is a guy that everybody was like, oh, Yeezy busted. He's pointing out why this shoe's fake, why that shoe's fake. This is a real. Calling everybody out, and everybody's trusting his work. Then he went on Full Size Run and failed and was 0 for 3 on that show. And he was a self-proclaimed Yeezy expert because he's going online, he's busting everybody for wearing fake stuff. But then you go on the show and what you're famous for, you fail at what you're famous for. So like, for me personally, if it's a clear, like outline, like a clear, what's the word I'm looking? If there's a glaring, something that is standing out that lets you know, okay, this is fake, it's cool. But when they start getting into like certain like random dumb shit, like dumb nuances of a shoe, like oh no, these holes aren't lined up like these holes on this shoe. If you don't work for one of these sneaker companies, your word don't mean shit. Honestly speaking, this is real. This is just me being as real as possible. If you don't work for any of these sneaker companies, if you're not in the sneaker business, if you never made a sneaker, if you never don't understand the process of making a sneaker, your word really don't mean shit. Cause then you go out, y'all calling out all these people, saying this, saying that, like, if people talk about a shoe fake. It's like some sneaker YouTubers are getting on it, calling out other people for their business or whatever they do, and you aren't even like sure on why the shoe's fake. You're watching one video to watch another. You're watching one video, going to another video to watch a third video, watch a 10th video before you make your video calling out somebody based on a bunch of random clues that you put together to be like, all right, this person is selling fake, and you honestly do not know if what you're saying is actually factual or not. You're just talking out your ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, you cannot, and the thing is, and this me personally, as a man, this me talking like, y'all can take it how you want. As a man, you can't, like, you kind of real male role models if you just speak on drink without, you just standing on words without any real, you standing on another man's word because you trying to, I don't know what you're trying to get at behind it, but you're standing on another man's word behind for whatever reason. If like reputable, like StockX and stuff, like I'll faster believe that StockX or the GOAT is sending out a fake over there before a fine line, because like for the most part, fine line goes to actual retailers and gets the shoes to send it out to us. Send it out to you. Like with StockX and the GOAT, it's me buy a shoe, or I could have got a fake, sold it to I got a real good fake, sent it to StockX, it passes there. Because again, nobody at StockX, unless they have people that work for Jordan Brand, they work for what they had prior hit, they have some kind of history with the people from these companies, and they have like, or like it's people from these companies sending them actual, like when a sneaker silhouette comes out, they send them like a booklet on, all right, this is what you're looking for, this is how you know, this is like the one thing that you know for a fact this shoe is real, and this is what makes it fake. Unless they're proving that they have that, you really can't trust, because you can't really trust that anybody is really proficient in picking out a real shoe. You're just taking that man's word for it, that they know what they're talking about. Because I don't know it. I don't know any school I can go to right now. I can go to any school to figure out, to know the difference between a real or a fake shoe. So right now it's just me going somewhere, and you just got to get lucky. Like you might go to school, go to like a stocking store, go to be a sneaker authenticator, and they give you 3 shoes, and if you pick 2 out of 3 shoes as right, they let you go through, like you got the job. You know what I mean? So like I don't really know how that works, but like we really need to do our due diligence in when you get stuff from people, and then also when as these YouTubers come, other YouTubers coming out talking all this stuff, you cannot be going off the word of another person who's not connected to any of these sneaker brands. Because at the end of the day, they're all self-proclaimed sneaker expert, and we don't know you don't really know if you can really trust them, their word on them saying it's fake. They could just have a personal problem with somebody and be like, it's fake, point out some random stuff on a shoe, and then now you're just like, oh yeah. And then it gets your mind thinking you don't even know. And then like, and it could be just something that simple. With that being said, this video has went on long enough. Like, I think y'all got my point. You get what I'm trying to say? I mean, yeah, and like they said, all good things must come to an end. So with that being said, this video has reached its end. As usual, y'all remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, tell a friend to check it out. And with that, and then y'all be good, y'all be safe. I'm out.